There's no denying that Roman Reigns is in desperate need of a makeover, as the WWE seems determined to push him despite the fans' growing hatred for the character. Is Reigns broken beyond the point of repair? Wrestlelamia doesn't think so, and we've put together a 12-step method for the WWE to rehabilitate Roman Reigns. Number 1. Recognize there's a problem. The first thing WWE and Roman Reigns need to do is recognize there's a problem. It's an unusual situation, as one of wrestling's greatest talkers, Jim Cornette, noted in a recent appearance on Busted Open Radio. It's a situation that has never actually arisen in the wrestling industry before. Think about it, this is the first time that a guy has been rejected by the fans, not because of his lack of ability, but because the people know that the evil empire wants him to be the guy over a guy that they really wanted to be the guy. In some cases, it's a few guys the fans wanted to be the guy. They've revolted against establishment, management, why, they shit all over him. They feel like they're getting back at the company for not featuring their favourites, and specifically, Daniel Bryan. Whatever the cause, WWE needs to acknowledge the problem. Currently, the WWE is oblivious to the problem, as a recent interview with Roman Reigns suggests. In it, Reigns discussed the fans' boos and declared, "I think the way I can fight is just to continue to do what I do, to continue to show up. What I and everybody in the WWE thinks is to go out there and work hard and continue to show why I am the guy. It's not easy doing this every single day, going to every single town and getting a reaction. And that's what I do regardless of whether it's all cheers, a mixed reaction, or heavy boos." While it may seem insane that anyone could think Reigns is over with the fans, the WWE's continued push of him suggests otherwise. The WWE is clearly committed to Reigns, ignoring everything in front of them. Once again, until the WWE recognizes that there's a problem, there's nothing they can do to fix it. Number 2. Let him go off script and acknowledge the boos. Once the WWE recognizes the Reigns problem, they need to acknowledge the fans' boos as part of a multi-step program for his rehabilitation into a legitimate main eventer. The WWE needs to have Reigns cut a promo where he acknowledges the fans' boos and tears into them, explaining how he's worked hard to win them over only for them to repeatedly boo him, have him sound bitter but not whiny. Number 3. No more obvious audio edits from WWE. The WWE treats its fans in a condescending manner in many ways, but few as condescending as editing the volume of boos for Roman Reigns during his entrance. The WWE must stop treating the fans like morons and acknowledge the boos. Just about everyone under 10 years old knows Roman Reigns gets a lot of boos, and that many fans just don't care for him. The edits are getting more and more obvious, particularly with fans being more tech savvy and the internet informing them of their electronic sweetening. Let the fans cheer for who they want to cheer and boo who they want to boo. It worked with the Attitude Era and sparked a new era of success. The WWE needs to recall some of the words uttered when Vince McMahon ushered in the Attitude Era. We in the WWF think that you, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted. Number 4. Stop thinking he's the next John Cena. While John Cena gets his share of boos, he also gets a good amount of cheers. Cena didn't get the nickname, the face that runs the place, because he had things handed to him. In fact, he was close to being released, until his freestyle raps backstage led him to being repackaged as the Doctor of Thugonomics. Cena worked hard to get over, and the fans eventually got behind him. While there's no question Reigns has been working hard, he's had a lot handed to him, and the backlash has been obvious. The WWE needs to realize that there's only one John Cena, and that Roman Reigns needs to rise or fall on his own. Number 5. Get rid of the Shield gimmick. The WWE Shield reunion seemed like a good way to get some of the stink off Roman Reigns, and it appeared to be working. That is until an illness prevented Reigns from competing alongside Shield teammates Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins at 2017's TLC pay-per-view. Dean Ambrose's subsequent injury prevented a full Shield reunion, and while Reigns has occasionally teamed with Rollins, whatever rub he had from the Shield reunion appears to have worn off. The Shield was a great gimmick, and it may be revisited again, but Reigns needs to drop all ties to the Shield and develop his own identity, complete with a new outfit. Number 6. Take a break from wrestling. The WWE needs to take Reigns off TV to give fans time to forget about him and how much he annoys them. They can do this a number of ways, such as an injury angle, or suspending him for attacking a WWE official after he loses it during an interview. Whatever the method, they need to give Reigns substantial time off television, at least 3 months, and as many as 6. This may seem excessive, but so is the fans' hatred for Reigns. The fans clearly want Reigns to go away, so give them what they want for now. Number 7. Turn him heel. When Reigns eventually returns, a heel turn should follow, and the WWE should do so in a spectacular fashion. When we last saw Reigns, he was a bitter man, and he's had several months for his bitterness to turn into rage. Have Reigns attack a beloved babyface and destroy him, putting them out of action for several weeks. Jim Cornette feels Reigns should go after Daniel Bryan. They should somehow get those guys together. I've talked about this on my podcast before. I've brought some stuff out of my ass. This might be the same or different, but in some way get those guys together in terms of an interview or a tag team match. Maybe even Roman bails Bryan out of a situation, where then Roman could turn around and sodomize Daniel Bryan with a rusty fishing knife. Just heinously do something to him, and then just unleash it. Number 8. Send Reigns on a rampage. After the WWE turns Reigns heel by destroying a babyface, they need to feed him opponents to show he's a serious badass. While they can start off with small fish from shows like Superstars, they also need to put Reigns over against main event players. Monster heels have a tendency to win over fans as everyone likes a badass, whether it's The Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin, or Braun Strowman. In 2016, WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross discussed Reigns' plight as a booed babyface, suggesting, when talents who are positioned as fan favorites and who currently are booed on a regular basis, one potential remedy might be for the talents to wrestle as villains to better fit their individual presentations. Steve Austin wrestled as a rough babyface in his biggest years, and it resonated for him. This might work for Roman Reigns, who might be better served to not overreact to the reaction of the fans and do his business. Be physical and athletic, and let the cards fall where they may. In Austin's case, he began as a badass heel and transitioned into a badass babyface, which supports the idea of giving Reigns time to get over as a heel. Number 9. No more title opportunities. Reigns has worn out his welcome with the WWE Universe, especially in his terms of title matches. Reigns should spend the first year of his rebuilding process as a man devoted to beating up opponents and terrorizing WWE superstars. Once he's been established as a dominant force, then the WWE should consider putting him into the title picture, but only if a championship will enhance his character. Sadly, titles have lost their meaning in the WWE, so a title shot or title reign is almost inconsequential to getting Reigns over. Number 10. Less talk, more beatings, i.e. a Lesnar 2.0. Roman Reigns for the most part delivers some seriously cringy promos. While fans may argue he has to deliver the lines the WWE writers give him, there's no denying he has a long way to go to improve his promos. Perhaps he could spend more time working on his mic skills, but Wrestlelamia sees Reigns as better used as a strong silent type, a la Brock Lesnar. Reigns is a superstar who would have benefited from a manager during the heydays of managers, but the current pickings are slim. A pairing with Paul Heyman would work, particularly if Heyman abandoned Lesnar for Reigns. If not, keep his words to a minimum and see if the proverbial less is more approach works. Number 11. No more main event matches. This may seem counterproductive since the goal is to build Reigns up as a legitimate main eventer. However, Reigns needs considerable time to rebuild himself, and there's no excuse for putting him in the same main event he's been booed out for the last 3 years. Reigns doesn't have to become a curtain jerker, but he should be given 2 or 3 matches down from the main event, giving him exposure, but not enough to make it seem like he's being pushed down the fans' throats again. When the time is right, Reigns will be back in the main event, where the fans will be eager to see him. And number 12. Understand this is his last chance. No plan is foolproof, and even Wrestlelamia can't guarantee success for Reigns should the WWE follow our words of wisdom. Consequently, the WWE must acknowledge that sometimes wrestlers don't get over, no matter what you do to them and how hard you push them. Roman Reigns has had a remarkable opportunity by being booked in 3 consecutive WrestleMania main events, despite the fans' vehement opposition. While Reigns doesn't deserve all the credit for the fan backlash, the WWE should give him one more go and cut him loose if things don't work out. This could give another organization a chance to transform Reigns into a marketable wrestler, and have the WWE snatch him back should they desire. It's disappointing to see someone you've invested considerable time and effort into failing, but the WWE has to look at the greater picture and ask how much longer its fans will put up with Roman Reigns as a main event babyface. With fans booing him and walking out on main events, the next step seems to be an end in following the WWE. No promotion should value one wrestler that highly, especially when there's no return benefit. Well guys, there you have it. 12 ways that the WWE can fix Roman Reigns. Are there any other points you can think of? Let us know in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.